Let's go. Getting ready, about to go live. You know we always have a good time, so count it down, make some noise, chat is open. If you're here, let us know, start the cheering. Let's have fun and start connecting. You worry soon you'll be forgetting, 'cause you are here with us now. We are all friends. Sit back and relax, we can begin. Ready or not, here we go. We're all here, so let's start the show. This is the place to be, right here with you and me. Let's meet somebody new. Come and be inspired. The only thing required is to learn and have fun too. Experiment with us, in you we can trust. To live that streaming life, there's no need to be scared, as long as you're prepared. Start the stream and feel alive. Online streaming is a journey. With every step we're always learning. So come with us, let's support each other. We can do everything all together. Ready or not, here we go. We're all here, so let's start the show. This is the place to be, right here with you and me. Let's meet somebody new. Come and be inspired. The only thing required is to learn and have fun too. Experiment with us, in you we can trust. To live that streaming life, there's no need to be scared, as long as you're prepared. Start the stream and feel alive. Your adventure is starting. Nothing compares to streaming. This is the place to be, right here with you and me. Let's meet somebody new. Come and be inspired. The only thing required is to learn and have fun too. Experiment with us, in you we can trust. To live that streaming life, there's no need to be scared, as long as you're prepared. Start the stream and feel alive.
Hello, everybody. It's Thursday, and this is a very special stream for me today because last week I was announcing that I would like to make an experiment where we found the Livestreamer peer group project, and I had a fantastic resonance to that, and I have a whole lot of people here in Zoom, and yes, it worked. They are all here, and so the idea is that you can watch how we found this group, how is the logistic of that, and in the same time we are actually doing it, and so you can get some ideas for your own projects. And now for the very first time we are all here. Hi Lala, Anna, Adam, Einar, Inton and Tony. So nice to have you all here. And yes, they all are Zoom profis, and they muted themselves. Oh, and Andy is asking for the Zoom link. I don't know. Lala,
I'm sending it.
You're
Yes, I'm
sending
sending
it.
it.
Yeah, I know. Lala is the best. So, yeah, I'm a bit nervous because I never did that before. So now, but I would say we start simply by going through everybody, and so then you can introduce yourself and talk a bit about what are you doing, are you streaming, what is your content about, and what are you what are your goals with this group, and after that we will have an open discussion to organize the first real meeting where we effectively doing what we planned. And so, as Lala is still on sending the links, I don't know. Maybe we start with Anna, if you would like to go
Yeah.
ahead.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Ooh, I get the main stage. For those that don't know me, my name is Anna Zugieri, and I finally decided on giving myself a title as content creator, because for the longest time I was like, what am I? What am I? So, I being part of the mastermind group for a while. That's where I met you all, and it's been an amazing, um, community. And my hope for this group is precisely to help each other out, as it seems like most of us are in the same journey, and some of us know a little bit more about some things that some of us don't know. And I think it's great to bounce ideas from one another. And for me, a very important thing is accountability. After we did the Lita challenge, that was very good for me, because I love challenges, and some of y'all can testify to that, as Marcus made me dance yesterday.
Yes.
Because I was challenged. So the word challenge to me is like, yeah, you go and do it, right? So also, I have to make good decisions when it comes to challenges. But that's what I hope for. That's what I'm looking forward to. Just help each other out. And yeah, my content, I'm trying to niche that down too. I'm a coach, a leadership coach in children's ministry. I'm a trainer in children's ministry, and I help nonprofit organizations and children's ministry particularly to create their social media presence. And that's me.
Fantastic. So, very good. Thank you, Anna. So I noted down your goals: accountability, to be challenged, and to help each other out. Did I get that right? Perfect. So then I go further down the list and I go to Adam. Oh, you have to unmute yourself.
I should know this of all people.
Don't worry.
My name is Adam. I am in San Diego, sunny California, coming to you from here. And I am brought to this group through Expand Your Reach, and I am in the 90-day sprint. So I've been following LSP and Luria for years and years and years. And I've been in the tech industry for a long time. I am a podcast coach and creative expert. I'm a creator. I have been helping people produce podcasts for more than a decade. I was there since the very beginning. And I'm pivoting now to YouTube, creating content on YouTube. I have a group on Facebook called the Podcast Starter Club, which is a free group where we help people launch their podcast. And it's really focused on the beginner, people who don't know anything about the technical side, and also the planning and the promotion side of podcasting. And really, it's just another form of communication. So that is my thing. And I also believe in helping people, being with other people, being with peers, working together as a group. I love teams. I love groups. So this opportunity came through Lala introduced me to this whole thing, and Lala is one of my many coaches that I depend on, and so she hooked me up and said, hey, you should check this out, and I did, and I am here.
Great. And what are your main goals for achieving?
Oh yeah, so my main goal is as I briefly mentioned, I'm pivoting towards YouTube right now. I have a channel. I've had videos on YouTube for quite some time, but now I'm really focusing the content that I'm creating on YouTube to be focused on my latest thing, which is the Podcast Starter Club. So helping beginners start podcasting, talking about that on YouTube. I have a podcast, love that. And I have a Facebook group for that, but I wasn't doing that on YouTube through the live streaming and creating pre-recorded videos is what I'm doing now. And I've put out a couple of videos already, and I plan to do quite a few more, focusing on really the basics, the foundations of podcasting, including planning and promotion, not just the technical sides of all of that, and communicating. So that it's really unlocking the YouTube side of things, which is something I've been avoiding. I've been doing Instagram, even tried with TikTok and short form and all of those things, but now I'd really like to lean into
Instagram, even tried with TikTok and short form.
Okay, now we have an audio.
I'm hearing myself.
Yeah.
Was that me, or you guys heard that too?
No, I heard it too. So.
Was that me, or you guys heard that too? No, I heard it too. So.
Hi, Andy. Do you have your monitor on YouTube?
Probably Andy. I muted him for the moment.
Muted him for the moment.
Andy, you're producing an echo.
For the moment. Andy, you're producing an echo.
Okay. Let's mute him again until we figure that out. But hi, Andy. And so we had, now we had Adam. So we go to Einar. Where is he? He's here. So, Einar, hello.
Hello. How are you all? I'm from Denmark and working with communication and marketing, sales, and different things on internet now. I want to make it on YouTube and see if I can make a company taking care of myself, and try also to teach people more than 50 about new tech. I am in a network, and it is a hard task to be there, because we have to help each other, but many people more than 50 don't know how to use a computer. So we have a very big task here, and I'm working a little with Tony here about this. So my goal is here to get more information about how to do all this, and also give information to other people, if I have some at this point.
Great, thank you. And so we try to let Andy in again, and then I have to click some buttons. Okay, now it seems to work, at least for the moment. Thank you, Einar. And then we go to Inton.
Hi. Hello from Malaysia. I'm Intan from Malaysia. Okay, I'm a spa therapist, but I do offline teaching massage offline. But now I'm trying to make it online. So I have a few videos on YouTube channel, and yeah, I'm still learning to be a content creator.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's hit the buttons again. Okay. And then I go to Lala.
Hi everyone, I'm Lala, also known as Mommy Lala. I have a channel named Mommy Guide Inc. Mostly about I do interviews about amazing people that inspires moms and basically the whole family. And of course, top of um, the content on my channel is really crafting. There you go.
Great.
And great to see everybody here. Thank you, Marcus, for doing this.
Oh, thank you, Lala, for always helping me with everything. And so, what are your main goals for the group? Now she's looking to something. Do you still hear me?
Oh yes, it's just that I have, dual monitors. The thing is
Okay.
normally it's from here to here. Now it's from here to the other side. So the mouse is going berserk. Anyway, I'm glad that we did this group. I've reached a point in my content creation journey where I'm growing pretty slow. It was very fast for a while, and then somehow I've been plateauing for several weeks now, and I think basically it's because all I do is live stream.
Okay.
I'm very lazy to do edited content, so I hope that this group can make me be accountable in actually putting them out there.
Accountability, I know that for you. Yeah. Okay, and then let me push some buttons again. Oh no, wrong buttons. So, then we go to Tony.
How you guys doing? I'm Tony Iverson, and I started way back years ago with live streaming pros, and I've been in and out with different things. One of the goals that I've put together is this year I created, if you haven't seen it, on our local group, on the online video mastermind group. It's my wife and I have a show of get over 15 minutes of fame. It's a seniors type program, and we're just Coffee with Andy and Tony. We produce that every week faithfully for almost over a year and a half now. And we built the studio here. I've got over 700 square feet and built 2 sets inside to do different things. And I'm just growing that way to do live streaming and event streaming. So I've got some events coming up, and I'm working with seniors, and I'm working with Einar in Denmark. So
Great.
that's pretty much what I've been keeping busy for. Getting the studio all put together and everything ready. My grand opening is May 2nd. So I'm trying to get everything cleared up here and get a lot of stuff finished. And then I hope to help the group and learn from the group. You can always learn. You never know everything. There's always a trick here and there, and it's always good to ask someone. So I like this group being put together. So
Great.
let's go with that.
Great, that's fantastic. And then let's see, I don't know, Samantha, do you have your camera ready somewhere?
Marcus, she's at work, I think. So
Oh,
she
she's
cannot
at work.
open.
She's just
Yes.
looking for now. Okay. So we skip her for the moment. I skip her here, and then we go to the one and only Andy Harper. Hello.
Oh, Marcus, you flatter me so unnecessarily. The words emanate from your mouth, and the joy is ebullient. Or is it ebullient? I'm not sure. But my mind is blown completely, as they say, because I heard Lala say the words. She said, "Oh, I'm so lazy." That is cannibalistically incomprehensible. There is no one in the world what do I know? I don't know everybody in the world. But Lala is the antithesis. That means the opposite of lazy. When you see the word unlazy, you see Lala's face. But I go on and on, unnecessarily so. So I'm Andy Helper. I'm coming to you live from Minnesota, which is very cold right now, unnecessarily very cold. I'm 72 years old. So Tony, I love you. I love what you're doing, Tony. Keep on keeping on. Who said that? Bob Dylan. He was from Minnesota, which isn't interesting, but it's true. In 1 hour, in 10 minutes, I have my second audition to do a TED Talk. And I go,
Wow.
the hell am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about this group and connections, the importance of connections to keep the heart engaged, the heart aroused about relationships and connections. So I'll be using you all. And thank you. And thank you, Marcus, for doing whatever this is. Thank you.
We're gonna find out what this is. Yeah, exactly. So that's really great. So make sure to send us a link to your TED Talk.
Well, this is just an audition, sir.
An audition. Okay.
They could
So
go, forget it.
Yeah, you're gonna nail that. Okay, great. And so then Roy also joined us, and let me find my buttons here. And Roy, hello.
How you doing? I was going to say if it's a party Marcus is holding, it's a party I want to be at.
Okay.
And Lala, you're not lazy at all. You maybe just don't have enough time to do everything you want to do, but it is not out of laziness. So you're awesome, Lala. Yeah, I started my YouTube journey last year with Lita, and I have a noisy dog who wants to join. He's more interesting than I am. And I just have a tech channel, so I do different stuff. And so kind of excited about this. A bunch of these folks are in the online video mastermind group and just love them. You guys are so fantastic. This is definitely a relationship. This is definitely a big, happy, dysfunctional family. And I just love you guys. And so I'm going to hush because this is Marcus's party now.
No, it's our party. Okay. Then I go back to gallery view. So have I missed someone? I think we heard from everybody. So I noted accountability. I had that 2 time, and yeah, helping each other is of course, and learning, that are very big points. And one thing that's very good and already working here in the group is call each other out. And I'm so happy that 2 of you did that with Lala, because I totally missed that she called herself lazy. And it's good to call her out there. No, you are not. But I get what you are saying. You have some goals and you have something staying in the way there. And that makes sense. And so since I came up with all this, let me start the open discussion, and then after that you can chime in. So accountability, since I heard that twice, that is something we absolutely could do, where everybody who is interested in that writes down goals that should be reached between meetings, and then we support them. Maybe it's just by remembering them, maybe it's something more. So that would absolutely be something we could do. And another thing I thought about is if someone wants specific feedback or input to something. So if Lala is saying I need to grow and I want to pivot part of my thing to edited content, and so we could make a session where everybody in the group comes up with some idea for Lala, and another session we come up with the idea for someone else. And yeah, that is the main ideas I had. And now it's our group. Yeah, next time we will have also Ellie in here. She couldn't make it today, but it's our group. It's not my group, so we should formulate the goal together. And so now it's your time to give your input. Yeah, just speak.
Just speak.
Yeah.
One of the things I'd like to at least talk about
Mhm.
is when those of us who were in LIDA, or when those of us who are in the mastermind group, when one of us posts a stream, we almost get unconditional support and encouragement and adoration.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. It does the heart good. It's wonderful. Conversely, I'm wondering to what extent this group, how you feel about, for lack of a better word, honesty. Of course, we're all going to be honest. We're all going to be true blue. But there are times that I know that I'm posting some stream that is completely ludicrous and absurd, and I know it, and I get nothing but "way to go, Andy," and that's fine. But the accountability that Anna and others are talking about, it needs to be I would love to suggest that it's a two-way street, not to the point of criticism as much as, when you did that, or yeah. I'm kind of blabbering on a little bit, but
I get your point. Okay, how is everybody else feeling about that?
I'm going to jump in here. Yeah, I think there is a term for that, and it is the word criticism. You call it constructive criticism. And a way you can set that up is by using brackets, CC bracket, like just say, okay, I'm just going to give you some constructive criticism. You can totally ignore this. And if you put it in a bracket, then the person say, what? I had a bad day. I'm not even going to read this, rather than getting sideswiped. But if you set up constructive criticism in a frame, like saying, okay, now I'm going to put you're asking for some feedback, right? Well, feedback goes both ways, honestly. If it's just yes, it's not very helpful, right? Like sometimes I'll have to say, please tell me what's wrong. I'm okay. You can, I've got thick skin. I was born in New York and Queens, like I got thick skin, right? So it's like, if to set it up safely, if you bracket it and you say, so it's bracket, CC bracket, then someone's going to say something that has maybe a little bit of a barb in it, but constructive is the key word here. When you speak as a critic, try to provide a solution rather than just say, you talk too much. Rather than, it might help you to speak a little less and listen more. Like those are saying the same thing, but in a very different way. If we can all agree to provide criticism, but in a constructive way, I think this would be a more powerful group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's great, Adam. Thank you.
Out of love. Like, like your mother can only tell you that, right? But it's not just your mother. Your best friends will tell you when you need to take a shower, right?
Okay, so as long as we're online, we can talk about the shower part,
okay.
But I see. Yeah. Okay, other inputs to that?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. You go first.
No, you're here.
No, Ryan, you go first.
Well, I was just going to say, I think those constructive comments should be in our Discord group as opposed to here on YouTube. I don't want to be bashed publicly. I'd rather be bashed privately. And so I was just going to say that, and yeah, out of love, it should definitely come from the heart. What you're saying. Hey, Roy, you should shower every day or every week, not just on Saturday, whether you need it or not.
Yeah. Very good. And Anna has raised her hand.
Yeah, I agree with both. Like, I do want that feedback as well. But yeah, probably not fully on YouTube, depending on how severe the criticism is. But I think it's to lift one another and to make each other better, right? Especially while we're streaming. And Andy has an excellent point. Just don't tell me I'm beautiful all the time. Although I love that. You
And you
know,
are beautiful.
thank you. But we do want, like, I realize, and nobody has told me this, but I would like to ask your feedback. Like sometimes I think I speak over people because I just love talking, right? So maybe that's something that I shouldn't be doing on the stream. Like my husband tells me all the time, let me talk, right? Like let me go because I'm talking and talking and talking. So do I talk too much? So that kind of
Okay.
feedback I would like to hear sometime, and just like in a loving way.
Yeah, great. Yeah,
Oh, but then again, also, you know what? Also giving that constructive criticism on this avenue, the YouTube channel, and other people that are not in our groups, in our masterminds, will help from listening, of lovingly hearing each other's, like, hey, I have this suggestion for you in public,
yeah,
you know? But I think that we, as adults, we have a level of respect where we say, I'm just going to save this one to give it to her, in a private chat rather than
yeah.
here. Yeah.
Okay. And Roy, thank you for reminding me in the chat. Inton had something to say, so go ahead.
Okay, actually is mine is actually similar to Roy, and so okay, for me, for someone like me who very weak in English, and for someone like me, there is a very good to be in the community like this, because actually what we some people like me need is the encouragement, the someone to pamper us. Like no, we know that it's not good, but still the community will give a positive feedback, and they also give the suggestion. Yeah, that's it's not just they just give positivity, so we just feel like yeah, I'm okay because the community said I'm okay. Not like that, but they told me that it's okay, but they still give the suggestion to improve. So
Mm.
I think that's very good, and the community is like a family. I can see it.
Yeah, great. Okay, so that were all fantastic inputs, and I think especially the ones, yeah, we're doing that in public on YouTube, and I think to focus mainly on the positive, and I'm also a believer in strengthening your strengths is much easier than do something about weaknesses. So I think, and we saw that in things like LIDA, how far that could bring people if we focus on positivity, and maybe if someone thinks, no, I have to tell Andy, you're doing that totally wrong, then maybe just an example, then maybe do that one-on-one, or we could find some form. But if someone specifically comes and asks, please be really critical and tell me what's wrong with that, then we can go for that. But I would really vote for building on positivity and supporting. Yeah. Is that okay for anyone? Everybody? Okay.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What did I just do? What I just did was I asked for your permission, right? So if you want criticism, or you want to give criticism, a really good way to do it is to ask for permission first. Can I tell you something? And if you're having a bad day, you have the right to say, you know what, today's not the day to
Yeah.
tell me I need a shower, right? But what I just did was I asked a question. So sometimes just asking someone if you can provide them with a suggestion. Could I provide you a suggestion? Would that be okay? You know, and then the person is like, oh, someone wants to tell me something that might help me, rather than just say, you know what I think? Let me tell you what I think. And I don't even care if you don't want to know. I'm going to tell you because what I think matters, right? So if you ask people for permission first, then they're listening for your suggestion. And that's worked for me for many years. I'm actually a creative director for a big corporation, and I have teams that work for me. And when I have someone like a designer under me who I'm having a challenge with, what I'll generally do is ask for their permission to provide them with some advice or a suggestion or a recommendation. And then by asking first, they're ready to receive the instructions or the corrections, rather than correcting someone when you may not know, but that person's having a really bad day, and that mistake was a reflection of a series of things that's really impacting them. And like, I've learned this the hard way of trying to tell people what was wrong, and they won't listen to me. So what do?
Yeah.
I even say it louder, and then again and again and again. And they're like, I'm not listening to you. But if you ask first, it's, and they accept, then the door is open for you to just say, hey, you know, I might even tell you something that might be hard for you to hear, you know, and that is the first step in communication, is asking for permission. And that interchange of, can we talk now? Yes, we can talk. Okay, let's talk. Rather than I'm talking at you whether you want to receive it or not.
Yeah,
it's like the handshake becomes as important as what comes after. Establishing that it's now is a good time, right? Just like you did when you invited us to this call. We all agreed, yeah, this is a good time for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I was baffled, but
that's what I have to share. So thank you. It was a setup, but I just
no, that's perfect. Yeah, and I think it's set up as a peer group. So maybe there are some topics. One of us is ahead of the others, but mainly the idea is, even if I have to criticize something, I am not the expert. I giving you idea, and I work with the assumption that you have the answers and just need some input to find the answers. That's maybe another point to think of. Okay, very good. Yeah, other inputs in general on what we should do in the next meeting.
I also think that it will be good to share some of the, you know, the software and the things that we use and all that kind of stuff. Like I had no idea that was Ecamm for the longest time, and then I used StreamYard, and then I went and bought these things that I, you know, thought I needed, and it was for Ecamm users, you know, trying to set up my camera and things like that. So maybe that will also not only be helpful for us to bring those resources with the links or names of it, because sometimes on what happens on videos that I watch is that they just say it, but they didn't write it. I don't know how to spell those things, or you know. So it will be helpful that when we want to share something like, hey guys, I just found this super awesome software about this and that, here's the name of it, and just put it on the chat so we can all be aware of all those assets or, you know, resources that we can you know, make use of, and also just share information. Like now I'm very, very interested in joining Adam's group because I'm a podcaster too. So I really want to learn from him.
Great. And so Adam, you could put a link in the Discord for that, and so Anna can find it. Yeah, okay. Some more inputs. I think I have a few points, but has someone something? Yeah, that's what we should talk about.
Do we bring snacks?
Yeah, you bring snacks for everyone, and then you have to eat them all by yourself. So, I don't know. So, I mean, to have something concrete to go on, we could, for example, take the point of that Lala brought for next time, and just try to work out as a group how could we help Lala to get to more growth, and how could we support her? How can she edit videos? We could set up something like that, if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah, that's great. Can I make a request?
Yes, sure.
My request is, and this is a big thing about where I stand, and people who know me will know this. Can we make a point not to sell stuff to each other?
Yes,
Every
that's-
group I join is a funnel for some other big ticket item. But for this group, if we're just really peers, we could say I bought something. But if you send me a link, don't sell me. Don't send me
Yeah.
an affiliate link. Well, maybe my mistake.
Yeah,
or whatever,
I'm
but
not really
I mean,
afraid
take those-
with the people we have in here right now. And you see, it already goes the other way, that Anna
Yeah.
is actively asking for what you provide. So, yeah,
Yeah, so
I
like my
agree
club,
with.
the podcast starter club. I'm a real stickler about that. I am not selling anything. I am giving.
Yeah,
Right. And I
exactly.
really believe in that. Give first, and the universe will provide you. And I have, I'm good. I'm set. So I don't need to sell anything to anybody. And I might tell you about something, but
Yeah.
and I just hope everybody's kind of the same way, because there are a lot of groups that are really valuable that I belong to, but you got to sit through, okay, here's the commercial,
Okay.
and then they tell you you're crazy if you're not creating a group and you're not doing it to pit. Why would you do it otherwise? It's all about creating a business.
Yeah,
But I believe that there's more than just creating a business, right? It is about creating a community, and then the business will just flow to you because you are such a valuable part of the community that people will fight over you. And it's really true. That's been my whole life.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So that's my request.
Okay. So the good thing is I set it up and I don't have anything to sell. So I should be safe
I knew
there.
that. Right. So I didn't think it was going to get much pushback.
Yeah.
But I just hope hope
Yeah.
everybody is in alignment with me there,
Yeah.
because that could really ruin something, because it's just because then there's haves and have-nots. Some people can't afford, or some people it's just not the right time. But if you just make it a real open forum, but you got to be careful, because when you do that, then you can have a lot of people who come in who are just they're just there because it's free, right? And you really want people who are going to be valuable, but not so worried about making something in return.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of things where we could make some rules. That could be one, but I think we just make them when they are needed the first time.
Yeah.
So if someone comes in and starts to aggressively sell, then we make a rule to not do that. And if another problem arises, we do that. But for the moment, I'm not really afraid. I don't know. Roy, what do you want to sell us? He's laughing there.
I have nothing to sell. I was
Nothing
just
to sell.
joking. We could pay the membership fees in Bitcoin. No, I'm kidding. No,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it's
I do.
0.00 bitcoins. Please send that until the end of the day.
You get what you give. You give love, you get love.
That's right.
You give
That's
hate,
right.
you get hate.
Right on, brother.
So
Yeah.
that's
No, the main reason that this group is totally free is you provide help for each other here, and
that's the currency. See, it's not free.
Yeah.
The currency is being helpful, right?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
give, and based on what you get, based on what you give.
Yeah,
and if
exactly.
I'm ready to play that game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah,
that should work. Yes. So I guess we have to to set up, is this a good time that we have right now? And last week I said we could do it every other week, but that's open for discussion if you think time is not good, or less often, more often. Just give your input to that.
You know,
I don't know
Lala,
if it's
Lala,
Yeah.
if you're being lazy, maybe we should just do this group once a year.
Is Lala still here? I don't know. But Intan, what time is it by you? Are you in the same time zone?
Yeah, I'm same time with Lala for almost 5.
Yeah, I think it
10
would be
minutes to 5.
fair to do a couple of these that are more friendly to other time zones. You know, it's nice to have the predictability. For me, this is, man, it's 1:44 in the afternoon. It couldn't be better, but I don't know how I got so lucky. But you know, I think it would be fair for everyone to have some meetings that are in a more equitable
But for
slot.
me, it's
Yeah, it's tough.
but
It's going to be tough.
for me, it's okay. But I don't know if other person. But for me, it's okay because this is the time for me.
Okay. If you're up at 4 a.m., I'm never awake.
No, that's only for me.
Okay. Yeah, so if we do it another time, we would have to find a way to even define that time. So maybe, but I'm open. Yeah. I just
There's a lot of
thought,
things you can do also in the Discord server to carry on, you know, conversation. So you have this, right? So this could happen at this time. But if we agree to actually engage in other forms of connecting, which can happen at any time, and I know you can do some really cool things on Discord too in the voice channel. You can have, you know, a video. It's not just voice on the voice channel in Discord, and at times that are more equitable for your time zone, or you know, do things where you put up a clip and then you can respond back and forth. But I'd be willing to do that too. But I just feel like it's not fair to everyone. You know, I'm not complaining.
okay.
But you know, but still, I just out of fairness to all. Anna, where are you? Where are you? What area, region, like what time zone?
In the beautiful country of Texas.
Oh, you're in Tejas. Okay. So yeah, so you're cool too. Like this is a good time for you. So we're spoiled here, and it's not fair.
Yeah, I guess we won't find a time that's perfect for everybody. Yeah, maybe just how is the rhythm every other week? Is that a good rhythm or?
So I have a suggestion. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Roy?
Well, I like every other week, but how about this? We do one at a time like this, and then the other one at a time that's more convenient for the folks that are on extremely different time zones. And then the off time, we just use Discord for all the communication. But I think that way, having in one that's more convenient for one part of the group, and then another one that's more convenient for the other part of the group, that opens it up for more people, since we seem to be a very international group anyway. And then we use Discord, as you mentioned, Adam, to do communications in between sessions, to just kind of talk and, hey, how you doing? What are you thinking? That kind of stuff. Just a thought.
Okay. So yeah, I think the timing thing, we could work that out in Discord to not and then speak with Inten and Lala what are good times for them. But every other week, is that a good rhythm for everyone? Or?
I think in the beginning, you might want to increase that if it really gets active and people are like hurting in between. You know, my only concern is that people might drift in 2 weeks. That's a long time. Typically, it's a week. It's like every week. Like, you know, that's what we're doing in the 90-day sprint. You know, you're a team leader, right, Marcus? So it's every week, and even at that, it seems like a long time. You know, like for people who really want to make something happen, every 2 weeks is every once in a while. That's twice a month, right? Whereas if you really are committed to making a lot of things happen, like a check-in every week seems to be about right. Like just to get that pat on the back, when you meet with a trainer and you're in a gym, you'll meet with them once a week or something like that to make sure you're on course, because a lot can go on in a fortnight. There's a whole Shakespeare's read about it.
Okay. Yeah, other inputs?
I was gonna say, I was thinking like, oh, let's just do it once a month. But talk about lazy. Who's lazy?
No, but it's what is it what you need right now, and that it's not lazy. You have your life and you have your needs for.
So for those that don't know, or it started kind of like a fun thing. Really wasn't expected. I think Andy and I are fixing to go live every other Thursday. We're doing casual conversations, about nothing that's gonna become something. So we do that. We're gonna start doing it every other week, and I think also the having this group obviously doesn't overlap the time, or I think we're gonna do the same day, right, Andy? On Thursdays. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But our thing is in the morning, so it doesn't affect that. But I think Adam had a good point there that doing this every week, it calls out for consistency and questions and things that might help Andy and I to do our live streaming better. So I'm all for it. Yeah, and the commitment too. So.
Okay, so you're up for it. So the other ones, for me, it's no problem to be here I stream every week, so no problem. But is everybody cool with starting every week?
Yes.
Okay.
I think yes, because I think not lazy, but I'm the lazy one. Maybe someone like me maybe can be more responsibility or consistent. If doing like this, maybe it will help.
Okay, so we start like that. So and we rename the group to the lazy ones, I see, because everyone says he's lazy. I think no one here is really lazy, but I get how you can think that. I think that sometimes too, and maybe it's always the not lazy people thinking they are lazy. That's maybe the little paradox there. But yeah, so. But then if you do it every week, I think, let's figure out some time adjustments in the Discord. And you can also write in the Discord if you think I should build some more channels there. And Tony, go ahead.
If I can make a suggestion, everybody, if you've got to write something up, if you've got a problem, then we can kind of focus on it on the next event.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, if you have something that's troubling you or whatever, and we want to talk about it, because then through here, one person asks a question and 8 to 10 or 12 people will give answers, or
exactly.
Only 2. But the point is, it's coming back at you, and now we can actually resolve it as part of the program.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
No, I really love that, and that's why I picked Lala's question as an idea to do, because I picked it up during the introduction. And Lala, you're okay with that if we focus on you, or? Now she's looking on her
all right,
monitors.
I'm trying to unmute myself.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm all for that. I'm
Okay.
all for it.
Yeah, and then absolutely write your things in the Discord, and I think that for the start, that would be the two big topics. Would be accountability. We would have to figure out how to do that, and then probably focus on one topic from one person, and the whole group tries to help there. And the idea is then always you get something out of that too, because it will relate in some ways to everyone. And the idea is, of course, that it also benefits someone watching us. That's the whole idea of doing that live, and I think that all will happen like that. And yeah, I guess we have a few minutes left, but for me that were the most
I
important
have an
points.
idea I
Yep.
could share, and this is something that we do in our company in our leadership meetings.
Mhm.
We actually, and I don't know if we'd be able to do this, but we actually rotate the host. So then it's less of, if you really want to be in a democratic group, right?
Mhm.
So like all of our leaders are busy, right? So we like September, we do once a month, this big meeting, but so September, October, November, it's a different person is the host, is the role that you're in. I don't know if everybody has that kind of skill to like, do the Zoom thing, but that's another way of taking the weight off of you, Marcus.
Yeah.
If you want to consider this, no, I'm fine if we don't do that. If you just want to, this is yours, you started it. I'm not trying to undermine or anything
totally
like that.
okay.
But like, you know what I'm saying? So you're not always having to set up all of those meetings and reminding everybody when you distribute the hosting duties across the group, then it's that person's job to get the topics together for that week. To get everything in order and to watch the clock, and then you can be a participant rather than having to do all of the Zoom duties, the custodial duties really is.
That was something that was already on my mind. Just for the one reason that if there are some weeks where I maybe don't have time to be there at all,
right.
so the group can go on. And you said about with the Zoom, we could also then split, if necessary, the technical host and the moderator for the evening. I would say the next one I will do for sure, and then we can figure that out. Oh, Roy was. I was thinking Roy wanted to say something, but he was winking, waving goodbye.
I mean, what does everybody else think about that idea of sharing the hosting duties rather than having Marcus do all of this on his own?
Adam, I don't know you, but I'm getting the sense that you're a very sane person. You come from a very humanistic point of view. Your social skills and your humanity just come from you. Therefore, I agree with you.
Oh yeah, I'm looking in the mirror, right?
Yeah,
I love you, man. You're in my tribe. I knew it.
Well, coming from a dictator's point of view, I'll have to get used to that.
You want the control, yeah.
No, I wrote that down. I think that's the goal, is to alternating host, and it's not mandatory that everybody has to do it, but if some people like to do it, then we will figure that all out. And yeah, it's not a dictatorship. But I guess it's also not 100% democratic, because democratic can also get to not always get the best result, but it's somewhere in the balance there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think balance is the word, right?
Yeah.
It's sharing the load. So I could just see this becoming a lot of work for you, Marcus, and
I'm happy for the suggestion from you. Yeah,
unless you want to do all that work, I don't mind you being the administrator either.
Yeah, I think for the start, especially for the next one or for the next few, I will set it up because the goal is to then that was already an idea I had to then distribute that. So because the group will be stronger if it should work if I'm not here. If I'm on some vacation for a month, the group should continue without me. That makes a much stronger group, and so that is the idea there. Yeah. Okay, so we're almost to the hour. anything we really have to discuss today, and I can't wait. Yeah, Anna.
Okay, as we were talking, I created my account on Discord because I didn't have one.
Yeah.
So this looks a little scary for me because it's a new screen and I haven't done it. So we're agreeing that our communication mainly is going to happen there, right? Is that what y'all saying? So
It would be beneficial.
anybody that will want to join that communication will have to have a Discord account.
It would be the best, the easiest thing for us, yeah. But it just looks scary at the beginning. So,
but for me, it's still scary.
Okay. Does anybody have a good idea how we could solve that?
The only alternative, I think, is Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
And then it comes with Facebook, and Facebook is a whole thing in itself, right?
Yeah,
and
Facebook decides what you see and what you don't
that's
see.
right.
So
exactly right. Yeah. And
okay, so we have to look, Anna and Inton, how do we get you fit for Discord? Okay.
Then again, I mean, like, this is a challenge for me.
Yeah.
And you heard me saying what the challenge is because, and like Tony said too, it's about learning, right? So even though I feel like my my audience is not on Discord, and that's why I haven't cared to create an account there. It's a good thing that I learned because I have a teenager and I know she knows about that.
Yeah.
So don't dismiss that. Okay, let's push Anna to learn how to use Discord and then we're gonna do it there. So, and that's a good point too from Adam that Facebook is good for some things, but I agree with what he said too. So
Yeah.
It's far more private. Discord is far more private, and it'll just be us. Whereas you'll be like, I feel a lot more open to really speak my mind with a group rather than on Facebook. You have no idea who's watching and who can get your information, including Facebook, right? So they're watching you. That doesn't exist in Discord.
Yeah, and just give it a try, and if you are stuck, message me and we will see what we will do. Okay, anything else that absolutely can't wait? Else I would say I respect the hour that I said this will take, and I think it was really great. Thank you for all the inputs you brought here, and so we will coordinate the next one in Discord. And as we decided every week, I guess it's not in 2 weeks, but it's today in a week, so next week, if that works for everyone. And fantastic. I'm really excited about this, and because we can learn 2 things. We can learn the things we discuss, but we can also learn how to set it up, and that are 2 very exciting things. So thank you everyone so much, and thank you everyone for watching. This is also for you. The reason we are doing this in public is so that you also can benefit by just watching it. And but then that's it for today. Thank you very much, and
Thank
bye.
you, Marcus. You're a man of means.